I don't get gratification from knowing that people are getting an abortion. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me feel good. But what I do appreciate is my rights to my own body.
And if your mother and your father hadn't appreciated the right of life, then you wouldn't be around here to spout your nonsense. YouTube featured this video. I think YouTube has an agenda to promote pro-death and the pro-death culture.
I appreciate the fact that if I have something growing inside of me that is taking a portion of my food that I didn't ask to be inside of me, that I didn't want inside of me.
Big problems with their culture today. They don't know the difference between a human being and a cancer cell.
I'm happy that I can go to the doctor and get that removed.
The developing fetus is not a tumor, a malignant tumor that needs to be extracted. What? Whoa. Hold on here. What are you talking about? Pre-human beings? At the point of conception, life begins. Human life begins. Human life begins. It's not a monkey. It's not a fish. It's not a toad. It's not a frog. It's none of those things. It's a human being. It's not pre-human.
Mind you, in their case, these are pre-human beings we are talking about, but I want to ask you, at what point do these pre-human beings have more rights to their body than they do?
That's a false question. It's not a question of more.
At what point do we force women to push something out of the vagina which risks destroying their genitals?
That something is a human baby, and it's put there by a father and a mother and her participation. It's a mother-father situation.
To all you pro-lifers, I have a question.
I'm getting the feeling that pro-choice is pro-death.
How many times do you need to be raped and impregnated before you figure out that having a choice may be a little bit more important than you originally thought?
Rapists aren't punished by killing unborn babies.
To all the men out there, I really hope you do shut up.
To be logically consistent, you yourself would have to shut up. You yourself have to silence yourself. You have no right to speak on the subject matter, according to you.
I feel like it's not our position to tell women they cannot control their own bodies.
A woman has the right to her own body, that is for sure, but she doesn't have the right to kill the baby in her body, because that child has rights as well. You should know that by now. You were a child, I was a child, we are all children, and if everyone took the position that you're espousing, then none of us would be alive today. It takes a mother's love and her maternal instincts to preserve life and society to expand. Every child aborted is a potential leader taken from this world, a potential president, a potential genius. Children are precious. Our offspring are precious. We need to fight to protect our children.
But in the general sense, I believe that women definitely have a right to their own bodies. And it's not up to us to tell them what they should and should not do with their vaginas, their reproductive organs.
Again, this is a misleading statement from the pro-death culture. She does not have the right to kill the unborn baby in her womb. That's a living being, a living human being that has rights as well. Why can't you see that?
Abortion is a truly unfortunate occasion.
It's more than unfortunate. It's murderous. It's deplorable. It's a sad statement indeed when human beings cannot mourn for the loss of other human beings. When you're not pricked in your heart when a human being is murdered, ruthlessly killed, slaughtered. I mean, we can see the same pain and suffering of children in Haiti. But what about the pain and suffering of the children being ripped out of the wombs of mothers all across America and the world? Our nation, our great country, is funding abortions all over the world now because of Obama. That's our taxpayers' money going to fund abortions. That's deplorable. It's evil. It's sick. And we don't even know how to mourn because we don't know when life begins. We don't want to see the truth of it. It's just so sad today. And this video was featured by YouTube.
Again, I'm not sure exactly when we should feel sorrowful and when it doesn't necessarily matter. Is masturbation wrong?
Take note, this is a misleading question from the pro-death culture. I want to take you down a rabbit trail, get you off the subject matter at hand. The subject matter here, I will remind you, is about the life of the unborn baby in the womb of a mother. Does she have the right to just cut it up and throw it into a trash can? Does she have the right to kill her own child? No, she does not have the right to do that. It is a human being developing. She does not have the right to do that.
How many weeks does it take for a pre-human being to hold value?
It's not a pre-human being. It's a human being. Biology 101, my friend, teaches us that when a man and a woman come together, they produce offspring. That offspring is human offspring. It's not a lizard. It's not a tiger. It's not an ape or a chimpanzee. It is a human baby. At conception, life begins. That's the way it is and has been and always will be. That is the truth of it, and it's inescapable. Life is worth fighting for. Human life it must be preserved. And our culture is doomed when we begin to take this road. When we go down this road and we begin slaughtering our own children, thinking we're doing the right thing, when wrong becomes right and right becomes wrong, we are utterly doomed. We need courageous individuals standing up for the truth today like never before. We need individuals willing to stand up and say, life is worth fighting for. Mothers, don't kill your children. Fathers, be responsible and stand up for your babies. There is a child developing in your womb, mothers, and he's saying, Mom, don't kill me. We all came into this world the same way. It's murder. That's the reality of it. The taking of life. There are better choices. There's more. Yes, there is a cost to having sex, and that can be motherhood, fatherhood. That's the risk. We need to get away from the TV, the magazines, and the radio teaching us and our children that unprotected sex is A-OK. We need to start teaching abstinence to our children. We need to get wise and to get real. I'm ashamed that YouTube's featured this video. I'm ashamed that we've gone down this road this far. Heaven help us, and I truly mean, dear Lord Jesus, help us.
I don't know. But what I do know is that there is a human being already in this world, already self-sufficient, that is going through immense suffering.
Self-sufficient mothers are designed to take care of their dependent children, and aborting that dependent child does not eliminate suffering. As a matter of fact, it increases the suffering both of the mother and of the child. Obviously, the child is dead when it's been aborted, and the suffering will continue for the mother for years.
To all the women out there, if you see a man telling you what to do with your reproductive organs, I really hope that you set them straight. They have no idea what you're going through. And neither do I.
This kind of logic is staggeringly deplorable. Men who are gynecologists obviously know what women go through. That's why they're in the practice. This is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. My advice to young women is that you should never get involved with irresponsible, cowardly men like the one I was responding to in this video, because they will shirk their responsibilities and try to run away from being daddies. Ridiculous. Women don't fall for it. You have the right to be mothers, and it's a really, really fine profession. It's an honor and a privilege to be a parent. I am truly grateful that my mother didn't abort me. Wow.